secrets all around. Don't know which way to turn to. I need you to guide me
Hello everybody, welcome back to the Turtle Beach MLG PAX Prime Invitational. Coming up next on the main stage, we're going to have Faze Competitive, who's currently first in the standings, go up against Soar Sniping. And I'm actually joined by Clayster. You're going to be commentating me for the first map. Just had a bit of a disappointing performance against Team Caliber, but now you're in the booth and you get to cast with me.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this opportunity to cast for you guys. I've wanted to try my hand at casting for a long time now, and I'm really excited you guys have me up here in the booth.
Yeah, so Faze Competitive, this is a team you're very familiar with. You used to team with 3 of them back in Dallas, where you placed second on Unite Gaming.
Yep, I actually teamed with Spacely, Huddle, and Slacked. A little talk about those guys. Spacely was the leader of the team at on United Dallas, and he's one of the best objective players in the game. His CTF skills are unparalleled. Just the way he moves around the map, the way he like situational plays are really good. And then you got Huddle. He's a really good AR player. He's one of the versatile players on the team that can switch back and forth from AR to SMG. And then you got Slacked, who's just a monster with the SMG. He was dropping 40 bombs at Dallas the whole time. And then basically the only change in their team is they swapped Replays out for me. And Replays is one of the top 5 anchors in the game, in my opinion. And they're a really strong squad, and it's a really strong showing they have here.
Yeah, this guy Spacey, he's a sneaky freaking beaver. He loves to just try to get behind enemy lines and make plays happen and capture a flag. But they got a pretty tough opponent they're about to face off against, Soar. I mean, you got Stainville in the team, Heist, Methods, and Realize. And aside from Stainville, these other 3 guys, they're very aggressive submachine gun players, but they're also versatile. You can put an assault rifle in their hands if need be as well. But I'm really going to be looking out for Stainville. I got a chance to interview him the last time. He's like, well, our capture the flag was really weak, so we're going to be looking to try to, slow down our gameplay there and work more as a team. But hardpoint and search and destroy seems to be their strong type. And now I got the expert anchor with me, so I get to have you analyze what these anchor players are doing. Yeah,
Stainville is definitely one of the better anchors in the game. Every time I go up against him, it's always a tough battle fighting against him because he's been around since Call of Duty 4, so he's been playing the game a really, really long time, and his mental skills are there, and they've been there for a really long time, so he's definitely a tough opponent.
Not only that, you've been competing against him for many years now, since way back in the day, so I'd say there's a bit of a rivalry there. Although I'm sure it's nice to compete against familiar faces.
Oh, most definitely. Like Stainville and I have been playing on the circuit since 2008. That's 5 years now. So I've seen him 10, 20, 30 times, and it's always a pleasure playing against him and hanging out with him here at these events.
So, Clayster, I gotta get your predictions coming to this matchup. Who do you think is gonna take it?
In all honesty, I think Faze is going to take it. They're on a roll here at PAX, and honestly, with the way that Soar has been playing, they've been just kind of down on themselves. They've been down on their luck, and with Faze being in the #1 spot, I really have a feeling they're going to come out with a strong showing.
Yep. So after day #1, Faze they're at 10-5. You guys were 8-2, but Faze played more games overall, so that's why they're in first time. We could take a look at the standings here. So there you have it. Faze they were 10-5. You guys are now 9-7 after 16 games you guys have played. How are you guys feeling? Do you think you're going to move on to Championship Monday?
I'm pretty confident in my team. We definitely had some hiccups in that game versus TK there. We lost a hard point, which we normally don't do. Ended up having a pretty exciting capture the flag game, and then we just couldn't pull it out in the S&D. I'm still proud of my team. We won the one map, which is what we really needed to do. If we got 0-3, then we were going to be down on our luck, kind of fighting for our spot in the top 4. But since we at least took a map off them, I'm pretty confident we can beat Soar and Impact 3-0.
Well, it's looking like it's going to come down between you guys and Unite Gaming. Right now, you see Caliber, they're in first place at 11-8. Faze, they're 10-5. Envious is also 10-8. So Complexity versus Unite Gaming, you guys are going to be battling out for that 4th spot. But coming into this event, who did you feel your biggest competition was?
Our biggest competition, in all honesty, I feel like would be Unite Gaming. When we scrimmed them online, for some reason they just had our number. They were out-rotating us, outthinking us, and it just seemed like they were generally more prepared than us. And I definitely, coming into this event, I was thinking that we were going to meet up in the finals, but with the way that Faze and also Envious is playing, it could be anybody's game.
All right, well, when I was talking to Stainville, he was preaching about looking back in your games in theater, seeing what you did wrong, and thanks for ruining my shot, Realize, but, how often do you guys look at your replays in theater and stuff?
In all honesty, I spend at least an hour and a half a day watching my theater. Me and my team scrim, and then after they get off, I'll spend at least an hour going over the games, even the ones we won, just to look at certain hills, certain rotations we could have done better. Instead of looking left, you look right. I honestly spend more time in theater than I do off of the game, So theater is a great tool to help you learn, get better in your game, and definitely bring you to the next level.
All right, so it looks like these players, they're still setting up their games, but give me one player from each team that we got to look out for.
On Faze, I'm serious slacked. When he gets his fire, man, he just goes off. He goes on streaks. As soon as he gets to 3 or 4 kills, then he's getting 8 or 9 every time. And then if you look over here on Soar, Stainville, I feel like is that player for their team. He's so solid that like when he starts heating up, then he just goes with it because he's on a roll. He gets in his rhythm, and then everything pans out for him.
I definitely agree with you with Slacked. He seems to be one of the roaming slayers for Faze, especially on raid hardpoint. He's always around that pillar spot on the map, just cutting off, make sure no one could get inside the kitchen, picking up players over the center side of the map. But on Soar, I'm going to be looking out for a heist. He's one of the young guns on the scene, you know. He started out with competitive sniping, but now he's here, and he's definitely a top sub in the game. But if he's on fire, this is the matchup I kind of see in my head. So it's going to be heist versus Slacked, maybe Huddle versus Realize, Methods versus Spacey, and Replays versus Stainville.
Most definitely. And you mentioned that Heist started off with competitive sniping, and I actually had the opportunity to play against Heist at MLG Anaheim, and he actually pulled off some crazy jump sniper shots on me with quick scoping and S&D, so I'm definitely looking out for his sniper in Search and Destroy.
Yeah, everybody seems to be fearing Unite, Search and Destroy, and you know, we hear Unite yelling right now. They seem to be very excited. They might have just won a map, a close one. They were playing Hardpoint on standoff against Impact. Is their opponent going on at the side station. But talking a bit more about Soar and their Search and Destroy gameplay, Stainville says that he's very confident at game type, but Capture Flag still seems to be their weakness.
Yeah, I mean, they just have trouble setting up. You know, Call of Duty, especially in Black Ops 2, it's not so much about setting up, it's just about getting the clutch kills, whereas CTF now, you need to set up and push as a team, and I feel like their teamwork isn't exactly where it needs to be yet. They all have plenty of gun skill. They all can outgun anybody any day of the week, but when it comes to performing as a cohesive unit, I feel like they're slacking a little bit, and that might be due to how short-lived their team has been, or how much less they practice in other teams. But whatever the case may be, I feel like their chemistry is definitely lacking a little bit.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's all about your teamwork and complexity. You guys have some of the best teamwork in the game. I mean, especially in Hardpoint, whenever we watch you guys pushing as a team. I mean, even when we do our team chats, there might be some that's ahead of the pack. And especially Mr. X, he's like, wait for us. Wait for the team to get together. We're all going to push them together. And mainly, I think you guys use flood the hard point. Flood, 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 flood.
Yeah, that's what we try to do. What sets us apart from the other teams, I feel like, is our communication, to be honest with you. We call it small talking, just like where you're going, what you're doing, so your teammates don't have to be aware of your map presence. You tell them where you're going, you tell them you died in case they're EMP'd. And I feel like the communication, especially with Mr. X holding the glue together, he's the one that's telling us to wait, like you said, telling us when to flood, when to pull back, when to cut off. And so that's such a great asset to have in our team, and I'm really happy to have him on board with
Do you think every Call of Duty team should have a coach?
A good coach, yes. Just having a guy standing behind you doing nothing isn't going to help you. But if you have a coach that has played the game, you know, plays aids, plays scrims, then I feel like he could benefit your team a lot because he can see all 4 of your screens. So, for example, say if I'm EMP'd, then he can just say everything that I'm looking at so I don't have to do it. So I can focus on killing and I can focus on doing what I need to do, and he's telling my teammates what I see.
Yeah, so Mr. X, he's kind of like the unsung hero of complexity. I wish we could have a shot of him on your roster card. I think I'm going to edit that when we get back to the office. But it looks like all the players have joined the lobby. The first time it's going to be Hardpoint on raid. Clayster, what are the keys to victory on this map?
In all honesty, I feel like the key to this map is the first 2 hills. The first 2 hills set the precedent for the rest of the game, and they give you smooth rotations for the rest of the game. So I feel like whoever comes out on top on the first 2 hills is going to take this map, Revan.
All right, so there you see the map flying through. You got the middle statue, then we go to the kitchen, garage after that, then all the way to the basketball courts and the middle square. And I always talk about whenever I'm commentating is you gotta lock down the garage, you gotta lock down basketball court. It reminds me a lot of the white wall and garage hardpoint on slumps. If you could anchor those ones perfectly, you get your ideal setup, you get a lot of points.
Most definitely. You can pull a full 60 on both of those hills if you set them up correctly, and I feel like we'll see at least one of those set up correctly in this game.
All right, so let's start things off here with Slack from Faze Competitive. He's going to be their roaming submachine gun slayer. If he's picking up those kills around the map, Faze, they're going to have an easy job locking down the hardpoint. So off the start here, usually we see submachine gun players that like to use lightweight and pair it with extreme conditioning so they get there faster. Slack, he's just used dexterity and tac mask as he enters the hardpoint.
I feel like that's a great choice because as an SMG player, especially on this hill, you're getting in a lot of up close gun battles out of extreme conditioning. So having that extra aim assist really helps a lot, I feel.
So off the start, it looks like Huddle, he's going to take out Stainville at the anchor near launching. So wow, look how far away Stainville just spawned. Huddle still needs to get past Methods here, but Methods is going to be trying to lock down for sure. You see in the kill feed replays too there. And here comes Huddle inside top laundry.
This is a big kill right here. Methods needs to get this kill right here. He jumped in the hill actually, and he gets taken out in the back by Huddle. I'm not sure I agree with that play, but laundry spawn is the most important at this hill.
All right, so now it's going to be Huddle taking over. He's actually on a 4-kill streak right now, and I hear the Faze guys, they're all pumped up right now, but 10 seconds remaining on Satchel Hardpoint. It seems like Soar, they're a bit late on the rotation.
Yeah, definitely. That goes back to what I was talking about at that laundry spawn. Since Methods jumped out of top laundry, he actually lost his spawn for the team and spawned all the way across the map.
Holy crap, did you see what
Huddle is going off right now. He's also using lightweight and dexterity, which as an AR, he must be really trusting his teammates to help those trophies. And he gets his full streaks right now. That's so huge at the beginning of the game.
Somebody threw a grenade at him. The grenade would have killed him, but he just picked it up and tossed it back like a hot potato. Now he's fully streaked out. When do you think he's going to use this sentry gun?
Definitely, I think he'll use a sentry on basketball court. The basketball court seems to be a sentry location. It can look at both the entrances to the basketball court and lock both of them down for your teammates. If you have trophy systems on it, it's game over. They're not going to get into the B-ball court.
Okay, so Replays takes some damage from his own grenade as he enters the hard point. You got Realize starting to heat up for Soar. He's on. Ooh, I wonder if he got streaks from that. He's on around 5 kills. He's fully streaked out with the War Machine.
That is really clutch by Realize right there. Getting that full streaks right there, especially using a War Machine instead of a sentry gun. I actually like that choice. I don't like everybody on the team using sentry guns. I like that they switch it up a little bit, get the War Machine for these closed-in hard points like Kitchen where you can just bomb them out.
All right, so off the transition to the garage hardpoint, looks like Realize he's going to try to juggle there, but Spacey will get the remaining 2 seconds. At what time remaining on the hardpoint is generally where you want to rotate?
Around between 15 and 20 seconds, and Faze did that perfectly right there. They saw that there was only about 20 seconds left on the hill. They pre-rotated, but they actually lost the anchor battle. Stainville just took the anchor battle at the clubhouse at poolside, and you saw that Faze is now spawning out. Now these are huge kills right here over on the poolside. Stainville actually picks one up, it gets taken out, unfortunately, and as you can see now, Faze is getting the spawn.
Yeah, so better spawns means that your submachine guns, they put a lot more pressure inside the hardpoint, but currently you got Realized for Soar still fully streaked out. Could use a War Machine to pick up that player behind the lands, but it looks like Stainville will blow up the cars, taking out Replays. So 20 seconds remaining on the garage hardpoint. We should see players start to rotate to the garage hardpoint, and we always see that Huddle, he's throwing down that sentry gun.
Yeah, and I actually don't agree with what Faze just did right there. There's about 20 seconds left on that garage, and they were spawning right by the glass, and they just gave up the full 20 to Soar. And I don't agree with that play, but like you said, they got to hit the rotation, and now they're at the rotation. They got the sentry gun down, and if they just pick up this last kid up top, then they have fully spawns, whole team spawning across the map, and they're completely set up right here, Revan.
Well, it looks like they're changing up some of their roles. It looks like Huddle, he's taking over as the anchor for the time, being replaced with his submachine gun in the hand. He wants to be inside the hardpoint, inside the action. Lightning strike being called in by Realizer. Does clear out the sentry gun, but Hellstorm being countered in. Replays gets taken out. Who's going to be inside the hardpoint? It's going to be Methods left alive. Replays also on a 5-kill streak right now. Huddle was able to pick up 2 with that Hellstorm. Now Realize he's got the War Machine in his hand. Just picked up 3 straight kills.
Nice. And Methods in the hill right there just got pinched. He took out 1, but unfortunately the hill control went back to Faze. He tried all he could, and as the streaks rain down, I feel like Faze is going to hold this the rest of the time.
25 seconds remaining in the basketball hardpoint. It's looking good for Faze, but you got Stainville on your screen now. He's going to make his way down inside the hardpoint. Finds one player. Oh, almost picked up that kill there onto Replays, but it looks like Faze, they will in fact try to get that scrappy time and realize he's going to try to nade this player out, but he gets spotted quickly over near the pool side of the map and dealt with. Now, when you're going up to the square hardpoint, we see a lot of teams, they struggle a bit trying to lock this one down. Where are the power positions for this hardpoint?
Your 2 SMGs need to be pushing the zigzag and the kitchen, while your 2 ARs lock down the open and the pillars. There's long ranges from both of those and the short ranges right there. So as long as the teammates can get the SMGs in position and the ARs in position, I feel like it's just a complete lockdown on the hill.
All right, so let's go to someone who's using an assault rifle. Stainville, he's on your screen here, and Replays is right behind him. So Stainville, some bad luck right there is now Replays. He's going to make his way towards the hardpoint, finds another one, takes a hike. If he gets the capture points, he'll get streaks.
He's trying to, he knows he's close to streaks, so he's trying to play it safe, look for a kill down and open. Unfortunately, they're not spawning there. They're coming from kitchen, so he should understand this, but I feel like he's just trying to play it slow to make sure he gets fully streaked out, because streaks on this map are so important with how many open hard points there are. It can make or break the game.
Yeah, he's going to find the kill here on to Realize that earns him the lightning strike. And now, 15 seconds remaining. He kind of wants to work towards his War Machine, so it looked like he was going to rotate there for a second. Now he makes his way back to the hardpoint. If he gets these points, he's going to get it. 5 points at the hardpoint with the capture. That's a 3.5 nice shot there on to Stainville. Now he's got a War Machine.
Yeah, and he went back down on the open stairs to the pool building, and I don't agree with that, because now as you can see his teammates spawn down there, and all 4 of the opponents are all in the hill. They have the laundry control, and I feel like even though he got his score streaks, his War Machine, he kind of lost his team to spawn, and now they're spawning so far away, he's just giving up free points to the opponents.
Yeah, so he called in the lightning strike, but while he was calling that in, I looked at the mini-map. his teammates were quite far away. So we were
Lightning
talking
strike
about the
coordinates
teamwork
received
there.
inbound.
Do you guys on Complexity, do you coordinate the streaks with your team pushes?
Most definitely, you have to coordinate your streaks because that's all they're really good for. If you're not in a
We've
position
lost
to
the
block the
advantage.
spawn that you don't want them to have, and you
Friendly
call in a
Hellstorm
streak, they'll just
missile
spawn
inbound.
right back up next to it, and it's all for naught.
Hard
That
point
huge
locked
kill streak
down.
that you went on, it doesn't
Hard
really
point
matter if
contested.
you're not in a position to make moves on it.
All right, so replays on this hardpoint. Use this lightning strike just called in the Hellstorm missile. And
We
there are
pull
20 seconds
forward.
remaining on the hardpoint. If they get this scrappy time, is that a good trade for Faze?
Most definitely. As you can see, the score is really close right now. There's not even a 10-point differential. They're just now getting up to it. Every point matters at this point in the game because it's so close that it's going to come down to the square hill where somebody's going to win by like 15 points. And
machine
all this scrap
deployed.
time you can get is insanely important.
And you
Hard
talked
point
about using the
identified.
war machine on the kitchen
Hard
hardpoint.
point
Doesn't need it
locked
right
down.
now because Space was able to clean up house, but we'll stay on board
Hard
replays
point
to be able to
contested.
respawn. And he's going to keep using this war machine, but right now it's going to be Spacely locking down the hardpoint. He's on a 3-kill streak as well. Faze, they're starting to build themselves a bit of a lead as replays locking down the front. Picks up 2
Hard
kills
point
right there,
contested.
but here comes Realize contesting the hardpoint.
Yeah, and like I thought Replays was the anchor, but as you said, I guess Huddle or not Huddle, but they switched up their roles because he's not anchoring at all. He's using an SMG and he's not getting his team spawn. Like, luckily he got the spawn here because Slack went all the way around, but I feel like that's just a good play on Slack to realizing that he's not anchoring and going around and getting that spawn.
Replays, he's 22 and 14, and usually
Hard point
when you have the
contested.
least deaths on your team, that indicates that you're the anchor player for the team. But you know, we see that that's not the case. In the meantime, you got Spacey doing work inside the hardpoint. 7 kills free. He's fully streaked out with this sentry gun, but it looks like Soar, they're going to cut their losses here and rotate to the garage hardpoint where you got Stainville already set up, and you see action going down all the way near the pool building. But Spacey, he's going to rotate now, and he's got teammates to support him.
Faze just went so
Hard
huge right
point
there. There was
identified.
2 guys on the anchor position. They baited and switched perfectly. They managed to take them both out, and now Slacked is going to get a huge. If he gets his kill right here on the AC, it would be so huge. And as I said, the garage hardpoint is one of those that you can
Hardpoint
get a full
contested.
60 on, and I think that's what Soar needed to do. And since they lost that spawn, that I don't think it's going to happen for him now, Revan.
Oh, Soar with the better spawns. Looks like they're going to be able to test the hardpoint. Realize he's alive. The grenade will clean up Huddle, and
Hardpoint
realize
contested.
he needs to get these score streaks for his team. That's going to allow him to break the setup at basketball hardpoint as well as clear out the sentry gun.
Most definitely. And right now, all Faze is trying to do is contest the hard point, which I agree with. Oh, and unfortunately, he gets absolutely obliterated. Whoever did that to him, he ended his career, Revan.
All right, so we see on the minimap, Soar, they're going to rotate once again, but Faze, they've been doing a pretty darn good job of breaking the setup. Now, Spacely, I assume he's probably going to use one of his score streaks here off the rotation. You see that there's one player inside the hardpoint for Methods. Well, the next hardpoint, you got Stainville up top along with Heist, and he could pick up 3 kills right here.
Most definitely. And
Friendly lightning
Soar needs to
strike
make something
inbound.
happen really quick here because
Hard point
here in a
identified.
second they're going to be mathematically eliminated. They need to
Hostiles
start
have the
calling
hard
in any streaks they have and start flooding this hill, all getting in it because every point right now they need it.
And Soar, they did Faze did a much better job coordinating that push right there. As soon as that lightning strike was called in, they had 2 players push the top from the launch side of the map trying to pinch down the stairs. Unfortunately, realized he went huge for Soar, and he was able to pick up 2 kills in transition there. Now he's on a 5 kill streak again. Realize he's always been the guy close to score streaks, but he always dies just one short, but picks up the kill there on the Huddle. He's 1 kill away from getting these streaks.
This is so huge what Realize is doing right now. He's on a 6 kill streak in the hill. He's basically winning this hill for his teammate. And as he jumps out of it right there, I don't agree with that. He needs every point right here. He needs to be in this hill. He just got a score streak, 7 kills right here. If he gets this war machine, he can just start blasting that stairs.
War
Nice
machine
2-piece
ready
right
for
there.
deployment.
And unfortunately, they're all spawning glass, so they should just go ahead and rotate to the middle and try and lock down the middle hard point.
They need every single second here. Clayster, that EMP, that's not going to allow Realize to call in his lightning strike to clear up the hardpoint on a 10 kill spree. Here we go. Who's there? Faze, they're inside the hardpoint, but there are 48 seconds left. It's around a 48-second
Hardpoint
differential here.
identified.
Oh, and they get the hard point. He gets fully streaked out. He needs to call them all in right now. The Faze is raining down streaks on top of him. Like, fortunately for him, the tree blocks him. He's on an 11 kill spree right now, going so huge. Pulls out the war machine, looking for anybody he can kill, pre-firing the Zig, looking at open. Oh man, this is crazy, Revan.
Unfortunately,
About
it
to
just does
expire.
not matter, Clayster. It is mathematically impossible here. Realize his streak ends at 11 in a row, but 20 seconds left on the clock. There are more than 20 seconds between these 2
Hardpoint
teams. Slack,
contested.
he's going to contest for just a little bit, but Faze, they're going to take your first map here. Let's take one final look at our scoreboard. Holy crap, Realize 42, 21, 18 defense.
Oh my gosh, that's more than his entire team combined.
Hardpoint contested.
Yes, but in the end, just was not enough as Faze. It looks like they were heavily outplayed, but they did. Well, they held on to the hard point longer. They got more points, and
That goes back to what I was saying in that garage hard point where they gave up the 20 seconds. They got mathematically eliminated because they gave up too much scrap time, Revan.
All right, so Faze looking strong, but Realize he's got the hot hand for Soar. It's not too often where you see somebody drop 42, 22, 18 defense. That's godlike, but, you know, it was a 9-second game. it could have went differently on every single hard
Most
point.
definitely, and I think that's the most defense I've ever seen in a LAN match. Realize just went so big right there. Unfortunately, this team couldn't pull it out, but props to him, almost going double positive with a 40 bomb, 18 defense. Congrats to that guy.
All right, well, Clayster, unfortunately, I'm going to get a new teammate up here. Do you have any idea which one of your team is going to come up
I
here
actually
next?
think my good buddy TP is going to come cast the CTF for you guys. He's the OBJ guy. He knows way more about CTF than I do, so I think I'm going to leave it to him.
All right, well, what's your Twitter? Where can we check you out?
My Twitter is @Cole_Clayster. Big shout out to my sponsors, Complexity, and thank you for having me up here in the booth, Revan.
Thanks for coming up. Also, check him out on Twitch TV, twitch.tv/Clayster.
Yes,
He
sir.
streams
Thank
just
you
about
very much.
every day. But that's going to do it for game number 1 between Soar and Faze Competitive. We're going to head to a quick commercial break. When we return, we're going to capture the flag.